Hi, this is my review of the Sandbox Generator. This is perhaps the Sandbox Generator. I can tell you right now, this document is so good that I kinda wish that there were more Sandbox Generators planned for future entries, for future genre interpretations. Maybe a Sandbox Generator for science fiction, or perhaps subgenres such as space opera, post-apocalypse. It's that good. Because this Sandbox Generator is focused on fantasy role-playing games. Now let's talk about the quality of the PDF. The quality is excellent. Everything is well written, organized, and explained. You have bookmarks, you have hyperlinks, so it's going to be very easy for you to navigate the entire PDF. The document is in black and white, with old school style illustrations. And when it comes to the font, to the layout, everything is quite clear, somewhat minimalistic, so it's very easy on the eyes. Overall, the quality is great. Now, let's talk about the contents. I am going to be avoiding spoilers, so to speak, because I think this generator is also excellent for solo and co-op gaming, that is without a game master. Of course, this is mainly geared towards playing with your players. You're going to be creating this world, unfolding every feature in the world before them as you generate the content. Or maybe you want to prep things beforehand, it's all good. But definitely there are many surprises within these results, so I won't be spoiling things too much. This book describes a procedure to generate a pseudo-feudal fantasy world with a hint of magic. And the general idea of the book is to start from the bigger picture, then move in for more details. Starting with a general map of biomes and features, the dungeons, the maps, the adventure sites, the wilderness is progressively generated. You will be able to create anything about your world. To use this generator, you will need a complete set of polyhedral dice, a d4, d6, d8, etc., as well as a d24 and a d30. If you don't have a d24 or a d30, they tell you how to generate those results using normal polyhedral dice. Generating a sandbox with the help of this book starts by creating a hex map with diverse biomes. You have all sorts of templates for that here. A hex can be of 5 different biomes: grassland, forest, hills, marsh, and mountains. Since this generator takes inspiration from the European Middle Ages, the biomes used are mostly temperate in climate. Obviously, replacing them with other ones as you see fit is possible, even encouraged, to make this generator your own. After determining the biome of the hexes, points of interest are then generated for each one of them. You can generate almost everything about them. Perhaps encounters in the grassland will result in giant rats or berserkers. Maybe you are moving through the mountains. In that case, maybe there are griffins or vampires. When it comes to features, maybe you encounter settlements, lairs or dungeons, maybe landmarks. The settlements could be villages, cities, towers. You can also determine the factions and create the political map with their respective domains, featuring cities, abbeys, relationships between factions. Maybe there is hostility, maybe peace or trade, perhaps an alliance. There are also events. Maybe something is happening right now. Maybe an event has already happened or ended. Perhaps an assassination, a celebration, a holy quest. A new plague has been unleashed. When it comes to random encounters, maybe it's related to another faction, to the party's faction, to a biome. Maybe it's related to a wizard or a dragon. There are plenty of examples, tips, and advice throughout the generator. When it comes to landmarks, maybe it's a natural landmark, maybe it's artificial, perhaps there are hazards, maybe there are monsters. You will encounter all sorts of things, divided into categories. Maybe under fauna, there is a giant animal exoskeleton. In the vegetable category, perhaps you encounter a flower circle. Under geological, maybe there is a crystalline proliferation. Under the water category, maybe there is a spring or rapids. When it comes to artificial landmarks, Under labor, maybe there are granaries or labor camps. Under ruins, maybe you will encounter a destroyed house. When it comes to the mysterious category, perhaps there are masks or standing stones, perhaps totems. Under small structures, maybe it's a gazebo, or maybe a hunting tower. Under the religious category, maybe there is an idol or a tomb. Under travel, perhaps you encounter a signboard or stairs. There are many magic landmarks results, such as a dome of darkness, a magic battlefield, an enchanted bell, a magic beacon, a never-melting ice area, perhaps breathable water. And what about the contents? Maybe there are hazards such as curses. Maybe it's easy to get lost. Perhaps there is magic corruption. You could learn many things as you venture through those places. Perhaps you uncover passwords, legends, or myths. Maybe a dungeon location, or the directions to a particular settlement. Maybe you will need to arbitrate a broken trade agreement. Perhaps you need to prevent an evil ceremony. Maybe you need to uncover a stalker or missing items. There could be potential problems for non-player characters such as amnesia or disappearances. You can generate all sorts of characteristics and features. You can create names such as Fanny Fall or Gold Pine. You can generate all sorts of buildings and structures such as banks, barracks, gates, hospitals, homes. And you can compose all sorts of names, words, using nouns such as crow, rose, tulip, standard names such as Bernard, Kathleen, Marcus, city names such as Loy, Canth, Galgar, adjectives and colors such as damp, dry, red, purple, settlement types such as camps or counties, adjectives and directions such as low, new, north, south, topography features such as forests, gardens, mountains, peaks, and you can go into crazy levels of details concerning hamlets, villages, cities, anything pertaining to the characteristics of the place, the size, the main occupations, the occupants, the appearance of the occupants. There are also layers, the layout of each layer. When it comes to dungeons, you can generate the areas with names such as Desolated Labyrinth or Bloody Maze. Such dungeons could be based around a theme. Maybe the theme is demonic or flooded, perhaps haunted. You can also create the connections between the levels. The links can be established with rooms, cross sections, establishing factions, the creatures that you will encounter in each level. You can also generate, of course, doors, secret doors, traps, all sorts of intersections. You can generate the shape of a room. You can determine the airflow, the different materials and colors, all sorts of traps such as landslides, lava flows, caltrops, circular saws. You can create features for empty rooms with beds, benches, pillars, pools, signs of combat. Perhaps there is a throne. Maybe there are tools on the floor. You can also create special rooms. Maybe a flesh room. There is a slot machine, perhaps a rotating room. Maybe you encounter a wish fountain. And many of these features are highly detailed. This is a 158 pages document after all. So maybe you encounter an evil altar. A menacing looking altar is located in the center of the room. It is surrounded by 2d6 chanting cultists and their leader. The latter is getting ready to sacrifice a prisoner tied on the altar to their evil god. At the end of the document, there is even a section containing details to generate coat of arms, tinctures, criminal organizations, dragons, guilds, the houses, the NPCs, anything related to wizardry, adventures at seas, encounters per location during your sea journeys, and that's it. So what do I think of this Sandbox Generator? My highest recommendation. This covers everything in a sandbox setting, and you can handle it as levels of details. If you just want a general layout, this document has you covered. But if you want to know about the menu in a particular tavern, it's all here. The level of detail is just insane, and it's also quite open to interpretation. If you want to use this sandbox generator with a science fantasy setting, perhaps related to steampunk, or a modern fantasy where there are trolls and giants still moving with everyday normal citizens, perhaps taking vehicles to work, using modern technology, you could make it happen. Modern technology is not featured in this sandbox generator, but it's quite easy to tweak the results. To put it bluntly, this is the most complete sandbox generator out there. Perfect for preparing adventures or running things on the fly, improvising the results as you make those rolls and integrate the features with the previous results. And as I said at the beginning, this is perfect for solo and co-op game. If you use it with a Game Master emulator, this is perfect to create the entire game world as you move along, progressively and dynamically generating an adventure, even an entire campaign. I cannot recommend this product enough. Definitely get it right away. Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.